My secret, just do something that ain't nobody ever done before, but make it sound like something that's always been there forever.
Welcome to This Filipino American Life, a podcast that explores the nuanced experiences of Filipinos in the United States. At iba pa, I am Eli Delales, followed by
Santa Claus.
Santa Claus.
Si Santa Claus.
Ryan Carpio.
Joe Bernardo.
and
Mike.
Producer Mike. Woohoo! I remembered again. Pew, 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 pew. All right, so on this episode, we're going to talk about holiday traditions. What are some fun holiday traditions that you all do? I can think of one in particular.
Lighting the menorah.
All right. Ryan, have cross religion. Awesome.
Now go ahead. You first.
Now I'm like, oh, I wish I had menorah. One of my traditions is that when I was a kid, when we were waiting for Christmas gifts, you had to perform to get your gift. Like every child and all my cousins, we had to sing a song or we had to do a dance. And then one year, my cousins and I were like, screw doing individual. We're all going to sing 12 Days of Christmas together and then knock it out in one go.
That is the longest song.
It is. But we did it and then we got our presents afterwards.
What kind of presents did you get? Like your actual presents?
Like actual presents.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. So when I was a kid, it was like one of those things where they would throw money at you. Oh, maybe not.
Coins.
Oh, when you perform, like
when you
perform.
perform. Oh, and then they throw money. I thought it was a little bit demeaning.
Children the wrong thing.
I'm just kidding. Well, that brings out the performers, I guess. But I don't know, man. I think parents just wanted to mess with us. I'm serious. I think they were like, because I don't know. Sometimes the kids aren't really that talented.
Oh.
Wow, right.
I'm just saying. I don't think I was ever like gonna dance in front of. You know what I'm saying? It's just like it's fun.
Wait, did you dance for money?
I mean, I can't even remember.
Did you dance for money?
Did you do like Bobby Brown choreography? Or?
Some people. Well, so the point of this is actually in Manila, not here, right? They would have kids do like a contest, like a dancing contest and stuff. Like parents would make their kids kind of dance, and then that's where the money would get thrown. That's why I was like, it wasn't really it was more fun than it was about like a talent show, right? That's what I meant. I didn't mean like kids weren't talented, but like I meant like it was more like parents going, oh man, we're gonna have so much fun because our kids are gonna go in the middle and act the fool by dancing. So
We always did our family always did like a Christmas program.
Really? I hated
It was
that.
basically a talent show.
I hated
And
it.
then we do it now. Like all my nieces and nephews, they all get together and they have some kind of performance.
We
I
don't
want
make
to
them do
make my
that.
nieces do this. They don't do anything.
They don't do that.
No.
We don't make them do that.
Well, what kind of
We totally do that.
what's the program like?
So, like,
Does it start with the national anthem?
Bayang Mahirap. Oh, Canada.
No, so usually we, people sing, people play the instrument, they play piano or whatever. Couple of my nephews, they always do some kind of like hit song dance routine. So like a Bruno Mars song or whatever.
Wait, so did you have to do this when you were a kid then? Or?
I did it when we had our larger family parties.
So what'd you do?
I said it in the last podcast, or one of the former or older podcasts. I tell jokes.
Oh, that's right.
Oh.
So what would be one of your holiday themed jokes?
Man, put me on the spot.
Joe doesn't
No,
have a joke.
I don't know if I have any holiday.
All right,
thing,
all right.
whatever.
It's all
Yeah.
gonna be the same. It's that you chicken bread.
All right, I got one. Why was one watermelon on top of the other watermelon?
Why?
It wanted to pack one.
Wow. So that had no holiday thing. You just wanted to tell a joke. Wow.
Wow.
Earmuffs.
Merry
kids.
Christmas. Merry Christmas. I know what to get you for Christmas. Papa.
Oh,
What?
man.
Watermelon.
No, like my
Awesome.
family never did. Well, I mean, okay, so they would make me sing like -1 karaoke, and
What
I
did they
always
make
had
you
to sing
sing?
like Frank Sinatra songs.
Which one?
Like New York, New York, or
Nice.
My Way.
Can we get
My
a
way.
sample?
No, I don't even know the words anymore.
I can look them up right
But I
now.
mean, but I mean, it's not like they had all the
Start
kids do
spreading
something.
the news. Start
Like,
spreading the
But
news.
actually, like we'd have like post Christmas parties where like we'd have like a hometown association holiday celebration, and they would have a program.
Right.
Yeah.
But like my immediate family and like my Oxford family would just hang out and they'd play gamble and play video games. So
Hey, Mike, can you say these words?
what words?
Start spreading the news.
No. What was the worst thing about it is they made me dress up. So I'd wear like
there
my church
pictures?
clothes. Yes, there are pictures. And no, you're not going to see them.
Oh, what? I'm going to look for them.
I don't think. Yeah, for us, it wasn't really. Ours is mostly surrounded with food. The singing part, I guess. Our family, we always used to sing midnight mass choir. This is when I was younger here in the States.
What would
But-
you sing?
All the songs, Silent Night and all that stuff.
Fall on your knees.
Oh, hear the angels calling. Ryan.
And
Come on, right? If I could
Right.
sing, you can sing.
oh night
Divine.
Well, so one thing that did happen all the time was we have carolers come to our house. So I guess like in the Philippines,
In
how they would
Oxnard?
go to door.
Oh,
they would
nice.
go house to house, like by car, obviously. But it would be like a specific group, like community group, or like just friends or whatever, and they would carol for like money and whatever. And they do like
And
the
then
whole.
do
They
you
do
sing
the whole
song?
routine.
Do they sing the song?
Like there's a whole routine to it. Like,
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Ang babait ninyo. Thank you.
But it feels like it was the same 4 or 5 carols. Like, to ever see that, right? Like,
Yeah, they gotta
there's always
sing
like
Feliz
Feliz Navidad.
Navidad.
There's like there's like I swear there's a whole choreography.
Wait,
there
there
that
is.
people follow.
here in the States?
Yeah,
Yeah.
And you would give them money?
yeah.
Oh, cool.
Fel-
It'd be like a
Feliz
fundraiser for something or
Feliz
whatever.
Navidad is always the song you sing right before you end.
That is the longest song.
Every song is the longest song. I want to
just re-
wish you a
it just
Merry
repeats.
Christmas. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas.
Elaine's in the spirit.
I know, totally. And it's
Trying.
only November.
Trying to get
Although we're probably going to release this in January.
So when I was really young, when in the Philippines, we would carol. That was a tradition for a lot of the kids who you'd make your instruments out of bottle caps and wire to make your tambourines. So you'd flatten the
Wow.
bottle caps, put a hole through the center of the bottle cap, so it's like a flattened disc.
Okay.
And then you'd get like a wire hanger,
Uh-huh.
and then you'd put all these like 12 bottle caps in there, and you go ching ching ching, and you make your own.
That would be
tambourine.
like your jingle bell?
Did you?
That
live
was-
on-
that
did
would
you
be
live
your
on the streets, Ryan?
I did. No, it's just kind of cool. You'd make that, and then of course you'd make some drums on like Tupperware and like chopsticks or whatever, and then you'd go around the neighborhood singing songs.
You wouldn't
So-
just put like coins in a jug?
Oh, you could do
I
yeah,
mean,
you could do
that's
that too.
what I know.
Yeah, and we would get money. So the reason we didn't put coins in a jug is because we didn't have coins. I may have grown up in the streets, Mike. So and then you would walk around and
So what song would you sing?
ang Pasko ay sumapit, stuff like
Keep
that.
going.
Tayo ay magsiawit.
No.
I mean, I will say that's the song that actually puts me in the Christmas spirit.
Oh,
Like,
totally.
I agree.
all the American ones I
Yeah.
enjoy, but that's the song that's like, oh my god, it's Christmas
Right,
time.
Yeah.
Oh,
But-
when you're walking in Seafood City and you hear it.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, yeah.
Like, it's Christmas.
Well, I like because it is like so festive, right? So to me, there's like very different like feeling to like the Christmas spirit in the Philippines because of like Simbang Gabi, like the nights
What's
leading up
Simbang
to it.
Gabi?
Oh, Simbang Gabi translates literally to night mass, right? But usually in the Philippines, the actual masses are like really early in the morning, right, Joe?
5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I always look forward to the food afterwards.
Of course.
I used to look forward to the food, and then at my church, they would get like crepes on it. So when it first started, it was like a big
Oh,
plate.
yes.
There was like a big piece, cup of rice, and then lots of lots of pancit, and then maybe 1 or 2 lumpia, and they're big lumpia.
Yeah.
And then like as years progressed, I was like, this is half a cup of rice. This pancit is like turnt. And this, I only got 1 lumpia Shanghai, half of one.
Oh, totally. I remember when they first started, it was like a whole meal.
Yeah.
And there'll be like there'll also be like buckets of fried chicken.
Yeah.
From KFC. But now, like, if you go to Simbang Gabi, like
It's
they'll
so
give you like
heaps.
they'll give you like a corned beef pandesal sandwich, and that's it.
Wait, have you guys
Yeah.
have you guys done like the whole all the masses and everything?
No.
Like,
No.
maybe?
I've only, when I would do it just at the church that we were a part of.
So here in the States, they actually do it like at night, like at 7
7
p.m.
o'clock, yeah.
Right. And then the hardcore, really heavily populated Filipino churches would do 5 a.m.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
And so I actually went to a few of the 5 a.m. ones, and they really feed you there, which is cool.
Oh, like breakfast?
Yeah. Like they're a little bit more traditional there.
Did they have actual like puto bongbong and bibingka and all that stuff?
Yeah, they have that. They didn't have it like freshly made.
Yeah,
you know.
but that's cool.
Yeah, and they had Filipino spaghetti and.
So from what I can remember in the Philippines, after mass, so like at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning, you get out and it's still dark, but there's folks selling puto bongbong on the streets, and then the smells are.
Oh,
just
you really lived
amazing.
on the streets, huh?
Ryan's from the
and
streets.
also like fireworks start around that time
Oh,
already too.
yeah.
So I mean, you
Do
know,
not know
I've
this.
been there for Christmas and New Year's, and it's just like constantly just fireworks.
Oh my gosh!
Every day, every night.
Well, that can be said with our neighborhood now. Too.
Yeah, yeah.
That's true.
I guess in the hood too. Yeah.
But here in the States, you know, I've attended some of the Simbang Gabi. It's nice. It's nice to have it, especially when they sing Ang Pasko'y Sumapit at the end usually. And
Yeah.
you get into the spirit of it. So
I remember when we first started, I was in, I think I want to say like 6th grade or 7th grade, and mass was at 7, but like I didn't go home, so I would go like hang out with my cousins, and we did our own daycare at their house. And then my mom would pick me up, and then I would go to Simbang Gabi, and I didn't get to go home and change, so I felt like, man, I've been in my uniform all day. And then I'm back at school, but I'm not at school, I'm at church.
Oh
Ugh.
yeah.
But I would see like these kids who are part of the Filipino dance troupe, and they did like some
Tinikling and stuff like that.
like cultural dance. I remember like my uncle had like an actual fighting cock in the Madonna Hall, and they let it go.
Wait a minute.
That was a part of the performance.
What? No.
That's what they
That's
did.
part of the gambling.
Wow.
But I swear, I mean, if it wasn't at Simbang Gabi, I don't know what it would be at the other Filipino event at like the church that we went to. We went to St. Genevieve.
Maybe it was a cockfighting night.
No.
I know, right?
Pretty sure. Pretty sure it was Simbang Gabi, and then they did
Instead of
cultural-
casino night, it's cockfighting night.
It was only
probably
one fighting cock. They didn't have two.
Okay.
But I remember thinking like, oh, this is what it means to be Filipino. And I think my mom, she kind of like got a little teary eyed because when they first started it,
Yeah,
because it was
yeah.
like they hadn't really done Christmas like that, like Filipino style Christmas, until like I was in my preteen.
Yeah, like the early 90s,
Yeah.
late 80s, early 90s. That's when it started.
Yeah, because otherwise I was just doing we were doing American Christmas, Christmas tree, Santa Claus, all that kind of stuff. Like writing your letter to Santa. I always put certain things in my letter to Santa. I would ask for, a lot of these things I asked because of pressure from family. I would ask for a baby brother or sister.
Oh, wow.
Because all my
That's deep.
relatives were like, don't you want a sibling? And I'm like, I guess I do, so I better put it in
Let me put it on the list.
put it on my list to Santa. My other thing was a pony. I lived in a townhouse.
Wow,
I knew,
you requested like live things.
but I wouldn't get it. Like, where would a pony go in my parents' townhouse? Nowhere. And then the third request was the more realistic one was I really wanted a beeper. Proof that I grew up in the 90s that I was asking Santa Claus for a beeper.
So you were asking JJ.
So you're still 14 and 15 when you're still writing for Santa Claus?
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, hold up.
Yes, I was doing that because it meant more presents.
Interesting.
I wasn't
What?
gonna.
You're slick.
I remember, I think I was maybe 10 or 11 when my parents pulled the plug on the whole Santa Claus thing. I always knew it was fake, but then I think the last...
It's fake. Spoiler alert.
Pew pew.
Earmuffs, children.
Because so many children listeners out there.
If you're listening with your kids, turn
That's
this
true.
off.
That's true. So what was I saying? Santa Claus. So yeah, I think I was like 10 or 11 when when I kind of woke up.
How did you
Christmas
figure
Day.
it out? Okay.
Well, no, I woke up Christmas Day and there was like nothing. Like there was nothing under the tree or anything like that.
What?
Yeah. And then I was like, what the hell? I got so mad I started like ripping the stockings off of the thing. And then my mom said, Joseph, I know you know that it's not real.
Oh.
Wow, that's mean.
I know.
You know,
So I was like, I guess so. So I
Did you
guess
cry?
I didn't cry. No, I was just kind of like, I don't get a present this year.
oh, I
That's
don't think my parents really had the energy. Again, I'm the youngest. I don't think they had the energy to pretend that there was a Santa Claus. I've never believed in Santa Claus.
Oh.
Do they
Ryan, that's so sad.
Yeah, did they do that in the Philippines?
did they in the Philippines? Do they believe in Santa Claus?
You know, so when I ask like
Do
Ray
they
and
believe an old white guy is coming down the chimney of their non-existent chimney houses?
there's a well, let me put it like this. My sister, my oldest brother and my sister did. And my dad I think made them believe in the Santa Claus, and then when they found out, they were kind of like sad that they found out that Santa Claus was dead, you know. But I don't know if Paulo and Ray did. I definitely didn't. Like, I heard the story from my sisters, like, oh man, I remember when we used to believe in Santa Claus. I'm like, who's Santa Claus? You know, kind of thing. But I mean, you kind of know it in concept, but I never bought into it because there was never a, you know,
There's no childhood on the streets.
Yeah.
man.
Right.
man, the streets, Manila.
You live a rough life, Ryan.
Or Quezon City. No, but there's always a, you know, make sure you behave.
Yeah.
Like, you know, remember Santa Claus.
Oh,
like,
I did have my parents
Right.
tell me that too.
naughty or nice. or
Santa's
something like that.
watching.
But I never thought that there was like a dude flying around in a, because we didn't really sing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I don't know.
I learned that on the
stuff.
piano.
I was like,
It was hard.
Or that Mamacita song.
Mamacita,
¿Dónde
¿dónde
está
está
Santa
Santa Claus?
So for me, it was you know, our Christmases were like exchange gifts and all that stuff.
Yeah, you know, in our family, when we do exchange gifts, like at our family party, my uncle used to always dress up as Santa, and he would distribute the gifts.
Oh,
The
that's
brownest
cute.
Santa ever.
Dude,
Would he not
This is
even wear
pre-
the beard?
no, this was pre, not pre-costume, but like they just never got a costume. So he would wear
Like
Red
red clothes.
he would wear a red robe. He would put a pillow in his robe. And then he would wear like chinelas
Oh my god.
and shorts. And then he would put like lipstick on his cheeks to
To
make,
make
it
it
red.
rosy?
And then he would just wear like a Santa hat. And then for his beard, he used shaving cream.
Also, it's like it's all
Wow.
mushy. and
Wow.
stuff.
He
Wow.
did that. He did that when I was he did it when I was a kid.
Oh my God.
And he did it for years. He passed away, unfortunately. And so
Do you do it now?
now I have to do it.
Would you do it
want to do
traditional
it.
You
style?
like to
But
do
I do it traditional style.
You have the actual
Yeah,
Santa.
we got the Santa costume.
So you don't have the robe, the
And the-
pillow,
No.
And the shaving cream
no, the shaving
beard.
cream, no.
barbasol.
Yeah, and actually, I actually proposed to Girly
Oh, I remember.
when I was
that.
That is brand new information.
I remember
Yeah,
that
I
video.
proposed to Girly, wearing a Santa
Santa
suit, and like the last gift I distributed was her ring.
Aww.
It's on YouTube if you wanna.
I've seen it.
We've
It's
seen it.
cute.
It was cute.
It was cute.
Nah.
Well, I'm a pragmatist. So yeah, I was writing letters to Santa that late because I wanted the letters. I wanted the gifts, and I knew Santa wasn't real. Or
Well, it's not
sorry,
like they had
kids.
elves there back in the day.
Well,
so
no. So
you know.
this is how I knew. 'Cause I'm an only child, which also made me nosy because I had to play by myself and I would look and explore.
Yeah.
So I was trying to find something in my parents' coat closet, which is also where they would keep the gift wrap. And one day I was just taking things out, and I took out Santa Claus's
Sexual toys.
No, gross.
Bomba movies.
Bold.
No. I took out the wrapping paper that Santa used.
Oh, got it.
Because Santa's presents
Oh my
only
God.
had a specific.
Santa also shops at Fedco.
It was Fedco wrapping paper, but it was a specific one that only had Santa on it, and even the tags my mom would write, and
In her handwriting?
in her handwriting, but it would say like to Elaine from Santa Claus.
So did you have a parol out at your town home?
We had one. Yeah, my parents had one where that you plug in an electric
okay.
one.
Well, I don't think anyone has like a candle lit one anymore. But.
Well, no, like they have like the paper one. Like
Yeah,
they don't have that.
cellophane-y.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
had the I don't know where it is. I liked it.
But
though.
would you get it here, or would you have it? Because my parents used to have it shipped from the Philippines.
Oh wow.
Wow,
Like
no.
they would just get it from like someone they knew out there.
I'm
or
pretty
something.
sure they bought it from like
Like
Manila
seafood, yeah.
Sunset or DJ Babinkahan when it was a grocery store.
What was it, grocery? Oh yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. I've been my family has been going to DJ Babinkahan ever since it was a grocery store.
That's my DJ name.
DJ Babinkahan.
Sorry, that's an LA reference.
It's a great restaurant. They have good barbecue sticks.
Yeah. We didn't have parols until I would say late 90s or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
We I don't know.
I didn't know.
never
I
got
didn't know
it.
where to get it. I guess DJ Baby is where to get.
Tatak Filipino.
Non-existent.
This Filipino American Life brought to you by Tatak Filipino. Merry Christmas. Yeah, we never. I think we the Simbang Gabi here in the States. It's cool because you get to see all the parols, right? I think they march it.
Yeah,
right
they have
on-
the parade.
Well, they even have that in
parols.
Filipino town here.
yeah, which is really neat.
And they also have the parol stroll up in San Francisco.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and they keep them up
But
at
they have a
Yerba
giant
Buena.
parol in San
Yeah.
Francisco, right? Like the really
Yeah.
big one.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is kind of cool. Kind of.
I
bring
think
back-
for St. Genevieve, like this one family would make them.
Oh,
Like,
really?
and so there would be like under the Stations of the Cross, there would be a parole under each one, and then there'd be the giant parole behind the cross, like in the. I'm trying to think of church as a stage, but in the front of in front of house, that's where the
where Jesus is.
where Jesus is, because he's the main star. Literally, they would put the big parole, like the 10, 15 foot parole, and they'd have to drive it in because whoever that family would, I think, had left LA, but they were
Oh,
the
wow.
only family they knew, so they still asked them to make the parole, and they would make it every year. So
Because I think in Panorama City, that area, for some reason there's a lot of kapapangans in the valley,
and they're loud.
and they're
Hey.
Said that the last episode.
and they're kapapangans are known to have like the biggest parols, and they had the parole, like the big festival. Of
Biggest
Ah.
voices.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Sorry, guys. Hi to all my Kapapangan relatives. Hello. Yeah. Parols.
Parols.
I mean, what else would you guys? So, I mean, when I went to the Philippines, I think the late '90s was the first time I really experienced a Filipino Christmas.
What's a Filipino Christmas?
So, I mean, well, okay. So, anyways, in my parents' hometown, and they're from like
As
on
someone who has never been to the Philippines, hello, Department of Philippine Tourism. It's more
only
fun
with like a free trip.
in the Philippines. Apparently, I don't know.
I mean, it was weird because I was still at the stage where it was like I thought of Christmas as like this big celebration where there's a lot of gifts and a lot of partying and all this other stuff. But in the Philippines, it was like, I mean, obviously it's a major holiday, but I mean, they didn't celebrate it like, like as the way that we celebrate it here, right? I mean, there wasn't like a ton of presents under the Christmas tree, except for the fact that we were there and brought a bunch of presents. So they weren't used to the idea of all these presents. They would sometimes make stuff for each other, but they didn't really, do that. They would go to church. It was like a church day, and they would have a party. But I mean, and it'd usually be like the town fiesta kind of style party. It would be like in the town square, and everyone get together or whatever. But I mean, it felt different because it was like, well, first of all, it's tropical country, right? So I mean, the whole like winter connotations, and then having like an evergreen tree in the middle of the room is just kind of like, what is this tree?
So was it real or plastic?
It was plastic. So
It's kind of like California. Too.
yeah, a lot of the stuff that they
Yeah.
used to celebrate were often stuff that was shipped over from the States
That
by
makes
like
sense.
families. So like, oh, here's like decorations and stuff, and they'd have the parol, of course. But I mean, overall, it was like kind of trying to shoehorn like a Western style Christmas into like Philippine traditions. It felt
Yeah.
really weird, like this weird kind of in between thing, and the only thing that got people really excited was like, the fireworks and the food, basically.
Yeah.
Of which there were tons of. So
I actually, when I was in the Philippines during the holidays, I actually enjoyed New Year's more
yeah,
than Christmas, just because
Because of the fireworks? Oh.
Yeah, and we're up till like 4 a.m, whatever. It was just more fun during New Year's than Christmas.
More
Christmas
fun
it
in
was
the
more. Yeah, it was. You had to go to church, and
You don't have to go to church on New Year's.
That's true. You have to go. You have to go during New Year's.
You do?
New Year's Day.
I think in the Philippines there's like a church
Yeah.
component to it too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
Like starting the new year with like going to church and stuff.
Yeah.
like cleaning your house.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I've always thought of, I always had that comparison even as a young kid. So I don't remember too much of like the Christmas traditions other than the caroling and all that stuff.
Mhm.
But I always found Christmas here a little somber, just because of some of the Christmas music.
Because the music is so like Christmas time
Yeah, because
is here.
Kind of going back to what Mike was saying about like, you know, the Christmas songs in the Philippines are like, you know, things that you yell out loud, like "Oh, Pasco," right? And you clap and all that stuff.
By the way, just as the tangent,
Yeah.
I actually was looking up the history of that song.
Mhm.
It was actually just composed in the 50s.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes
1950s.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. For some reason, I thought it would be older, but yeah. Anyways,
I think we're like,
Fun fact.
historian. Yeah. Well, you know, yeah. Probably. Do you know who composed it?
I forget.
Is it
Okay.
like Ryan Kayabyab or something?
No,
No, it's too-
it was before him. Yeah, Ryan's namesake.
No, but here traditionally, you know, just eat. We make a
Yeah.
lot of food. We go to midnight mass and then we open presents in the morning.
that's something my family didn't do. We didn't do midnight mass. I think my dad was just like lazy about it, and he's like, "No, we'll just go to 7 p.m. children's mass," which I personally liked. I like going to 7 p.m. children's mass because for the longest time I was a child, and I was actually in the mass. So I would either be like in the chorus or something, or I would be a part of the nativity scene. Like,
Wait,
as
you would
a-
be part of the nativity scene?
Yeah, because they made the kids like a part. Like
okay.
it would be a show.
Yeah.
And so, like, it would be a part, like, you would get to be a shepherd or something. You wear, like, some ugly burlap sack costume or something.
I was a donkey once.
What's your donkey impression?
Oh, I had to sing a song. I don't remember. it.
You had to sing a song
had
as
to
a donkey?
But this is during a Christmas party. Yeah, I was a donkey that was. I know.
Was this in TJ?
Was Shrek in the cast?
I just called it show.
Donkey.
Donkey. I just want to imagine
Joe.
a little Ryan in
Joe,
a
bad joke,
donkey
Joe.
and then you're singing like Star of Wonder, Star of Night in a donkey contest.
I don't remember.
Concert. No.
See,
Oh man.
But speaking of which, like, that's my favorite Christmas carol. Is they're sad, like you were saying it, like
Yeah, it's somber, right?
yeah, like Christmas. It's not Christmas until I hear Vince Guaraldi's A Charlie Brown Christmas, like that whole album, or if I watch it. Yeah, and that's pretty sad.
It is sad. It's
Yeah.
like it's like
It's slow.
melancholy. It's melancholy.
Yeah, because Charlie Brown's Kawawa. Like,
Yeah.
and Carpenter's Christmas,
Yeah.
which is also it has peppy songs, but it is very
That's like a Filipino tradition of its own, right? The Carpenters in some way.
Yeah.
yeah, like the Carpenter's Christmas. If I don't hear it, there was a Christmas that I didn't hear it, and I was just like, it didn't feel like Christmas that year. And Christmas is a hard, like, because my parents don't decorate anymore because there's no room in their house, and so when I go over there for the holidays, I would get sad because like I remember what holidays used to be. Like there used to be a tree.
Mm-hmm.
They would play the Carpenter's Christmas. We used to always pose and do a family picture in front of a tree, and like that is lost now in my parents' house.
Mm-hmm.
We still do it at the Christmas parties. Like we'll always take the picture, but like the picture is in front of food.
Because that's the real gift of Christmas, right?
The
It's the
lechon.
lechon.
But we don't have lechon.
Oh, then you guys aren't doing it right.
You know, we have roast.
Yeah. Well, I mean, my parents are like since they have very kind of Americanized kind of traditions. It's kind of a mix because they have the Filipino food, but like, yeah, we have like a turkey and like we have lechon and we have a
I
ham
like it.
and we have like mashed potatoes
I
and
like
we
ham.
have lumpia.
You
know,
should
it's
admit-
like, that's
instead
like
of a-
Thanksgiving too.
Instead of a turducken, you should have a
Lech.
Lech.
Their lechon.
Can you imagine if it was a lechon and then there was a succulent pig in the lechon?
But isn't that just pig on pig?
Oh, yeah, maybe. Okay, never mind.
Lechon squared.
That's a lot of fork.
Mark.
Sorry. Oops.
Well, was there anything else that you guys had maybe that was maybe specific to the hometown your parents were from, or like to the region of like, you know, America that you live in?
Nah, because both my parents grew up in the city, so we didn't really have a. Yeah, they grew up in Manila and Quezon City. We didn't have a province really, so we were not really. So even here, we kind of created our own. We don't have like an association. Like, yeah, we're all like, whenever somebody asks, "Oh, where are your parents from?" Quezon City, you know.
Oh, where are you really from?
Yeah, where are they from? Quezon City.
No, I have the same thing. Like my dad's from Marikina, which is in Metro Manila, and my mom's from Cavite, which is basically the province just south of Manila.
Yeah.
It's basically a suburb of Manila. So, yeah, there's no very distinct provincial traditions that's outside of because Manila culture, I guess.
Right.
Yeah, my parents aren't from Manila. They're from Osamis, which is a town in Mindanao. And I don't know if there were any traditions. I mean,
fighting off the Muslim.
That could be one.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Relax, people.
Sure.
I don't know, Joe. You look really serious when you said that.
I was like, I guess.
Eating lechon in front of Muslims.
My dad told me that.
I'm sorry.
My dad told me a story that they would have like Muslim friends come over to the house and they would be having a party and there'd be lechon. And the dude would be like, tell my dad, don't tell anybody. And they'd be like eating lechon and I'm like, I'm not going to tell anybody. Yeah,
I can't believe you just outed that guy, man.
That guy's probably dead. It's been a long time. It's been a long
Anyway,
time
one of my favorite
Merry
Christmas carols.
Bringing it back to Christmas.
Actually, the Jackson 5, I used to have a cassette tape of the Jackson 5 Christmas. We would play it all the time because it was peppy, it was happy, and we would use that when we decorate a tree.
Oh, that's cool.
It was actually, but it's in the tape, so I don't know. I have to find it now and download it on.
I'm sure you can find it.
No, I know, but we kind of stopped. I mean, I think the last time we did that was I was probably in high school, but every year we would have it, and it would. We
would do
it.
like the Chipmunks Christmas carols.
Oh, yeah.
So it'll be on constant rotation on the -1.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think my favorite's always Ang Pasko ay Sumapit.
Yeah.
How about Pasko? No, whatever.
Pasko na naman.
Yeah.
The one right after that.
Yeah.
Ang Pasko ay salubong. Wait,
What is that?
Sorry.
Ay salmon?
So what's the sequence on that tape from the story?
We should go to Seafood City during the Christmas when they start playing Christmas on the loop and just film ourselves like dancing.
Or just form a like impromptu choir. Just like, thank you.
We're gonna flash mob Seafood City. And you know what's funny? We're not gonna rehearse with anyone, and then they're gonna join. They're not even. They're gonna be like, "Oh, the regular Saturday at Seafood City."
Totally do it. If anybody wants to join us, don't know when, don't know where.
Doesn't
probably
matter.
Seafood City, maybe in Eagle Rock, maybe
Eagle Plaza, just in the middle of the mall.
And they just opened a Seafood City in Chicago.
Did they?
Oh.
Yeah,
Nice.
the latest one.
Oh, they just had a Jollibee recently
Welcome.
too, right?
Yeah.
Welcome Chicago to our life
Yeah.
of Seafood City. If they don't have the blue bottle of baby cologne, you throw it.
A blue bottle of coffee. I'm like, what?
No, blue
Sorry.
bottle, baby cologne, Johnson & Johnson. Seafood City didn't have it when I was there, and I had to buy.
That was my
pink
cologne till
one.
4th grade.
It's her cologne
It's
now.
my cologne now.
Is it really? I used to use that till
That's my
4th grade.
smell.
I'm like,
It smells clean. It smells like babies.
So, yeah, going back to Christmas carols, Ang Pasko ay Sumapit's always been the one where it reminds me that it's Christmas time, like you, Mike. My other kind of newer favorite ones is Let It Snow by Boyz II Men.
let it snow.
I thought you were going to say Mariah Carey.
That's okay. That's true.
Outside when it's cold and the fire's blazing. So baby, let it snow.
Yes, that one.
I'm gonna sing all of these.
Yes. And,
Oh my God.
I love This Christmas by NSYNC. This Christmas. Sorry,
that
the
one,
whole
that one.
NSYNC Christmas album is good. Do not make that face.
But one of my other favorite ones is Last Christmas by Wham.
Last
yeah.
Christmas, I gave you my heart, and the very next day, you gave it away.
Gave it away.
This year, to save me from tears, I'll give it to someone special, special.
Thank you, Ryan, for being Andrew Ridgely.
Hey, no problem.
What are your favorite Christmas carols, Mike?
Well, yeah, those Filipino ones that I can't remember the name of all of them. So we had a rotation, right? So before we had like a proper sound system, we had I keep mentioning the -1 because that was our sound system,
Yeah.
right? And so we had all these cassette tapes. So it would be Chipmunks Christmas. It would be a tape of like traditional Filipino songs is sung by, what are those groups? The
Haranas?
No, they would come into like tour like sometimes and do like shows at like.
Hula
Anyways,
Desma?
no, it's like those choral
The
singers.
Philippine choral singers?
chamber singer, Philippine chamber singer.
Kondirana.
I can't remember the name. Anyways,
Them.
Sorry, the group. If you're listening, we don't know who you are.
Eraserhead.
no, it's like a style of singing, not a name of a group. But anyways, and so they would come
Yeah, the
around.
Philippine choral singers.
No, anyways, and then like we would also like just have like all the Christmas specials on all the time. So it would be like Charlie Brown Christmas. So I'd be playing,
Never seen
the
it.
Garfield Christmas.
Ryan, you've never seen Charlie Brown Christmas?
Never ever seen it.
What?
Explains
Telling
a
you,
lot.
man. Explains a lot of things. Like
We-
I grew up in the streets.
Ryan, I think we need to watch it together. We should film your reaction to it.
The music, I don't know, man.
It's because Charlie Brown's Kawawa. It's okay.
Girly loves all the Peanuts, whatever cartoons.
Yes.
So she has to watch it every time it's on TV.
Yeah, it means the holidays.
Never.
Ryan Carpio.
Sorry.
You're too tough from the street.
Okay, what's your favorite Christmas movie?
Ooh.
Home Alone.
Home Alone 2. Oh no, not 2. Also.
Yeah, I can't watch 2 anymore. Please reference the election episode
I
before
know.
this one.
So I'm going to have really odd favorite Christmas movies. My favorite Christmas movie came out last year or the year before, and it's called Tangerine.
It's a
Christmas movie.
That's right.
It's set in Christmas. It's about 2 trans sex workers, and it was filmed all on iPhone 5s.
Yeah.
And it shows that life like in Hollywood. And I like it because of the story and also because of the location and also the fact that it was filmed on iPhones. Like it's
crazy.
amazing. It's like really
I forgot that it's a Christmas.
Yes. And then my second favorite Christmas movie,
Crash.
Die Hard.
Oh, my mom's favorite movie.
Die Hard?
Yeah.
Yes.
She loves that movie.
Oh wow.
Absolutely loves it.
It's the best.
Yeah.
Mine is Friday After Next.
Really? Come on.
I'm kidding.
It's a Love Actually, Joe. It's okay.
It's Love Actually.
Is it really?
Oh god.
I love when we finish each other's
Sentences.
sandwiches. Is it really Love Actually?
That's
I
one
like
of my
that
favorite.
movie.
Yeah, I like that movie.
You should just have said Friday After Next and stay with that.
Love Actually is good.
It is.
Actually, no.
don't want a lot
For Christmas, there is just one thing I need.
I don't know the words to this.
Let me get on my drum set so I can like.
Hey, that guy's in Game of Thrones now.
He is the little kid.
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that.
he was one of the he was one of the kids that took Bran to the
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what you're
nerd
talking
Game
about.
of Thrones nerddom.
Nah, I don't watch it.
Love Actually is a good one. I like
Yes.
that one.
Yeah.
I like that one too. Keira Knightley.
Yeah.
She's a good actress.
But and then it has
She is.
terrible, and it has the Walking Dead guy before he was the Walking Dead guy.
Oh yeah.
Andrew
What's his name?
Lincoln,
Zombie.
Andrew Zombie.
My friends and I started a tradition of going to Las Vegas on Christmas Day.
Really?
Really?
Well, so it started about 10 years ago. My friend Jamie was in town from, I think he was either coming from Massachusetts, but he was raised in Los Angeles. He's Chinese. He doesn't celebrate Christmas. And most of us, like his friends here, celebrate the night before. So by 12 noon on December 25th, or even by 1 p.m., there was nothing.
Nothing to do.
There was nothing to do, and
You
so
can go watch a movie.
we could. Instead, we went to Vegas, and then we kept it going for a good. I'd say we did it for about 8
Do you
years, and then we
just
stopped.
do a turnaround trip, or is there a
No,
room booked?
We would book a room. It's cheap. There's nobody there. It's just
so
like
cold.
it's like us. I think there's like a
And the
Persian
dealer.
like. I don't know if it's a holiday.
Oh, there's
but
a Persian concert. Yeah.
Yeah, there's
that
always like a
happens.
Persian thing there, and then the Chinese folks are there.
Yeah.
So Jamie felt at home, right, Jamie?
Hi,
Anyway.
Jamie.
and we would go, and it became a tradition for friends, and it went from 4 people to like 6, and then at 8 one point.
Where
and
do
then
you stay?
wherever was cheap.
Oh.
And most of the places are like super
Super
cheap.
cheap.
Yeah, it's like $30 a night or
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
But
Like,
now you have to pay resort fees, so it's always
It's
additional
just
35
different
bucks.
nowadays.
Yeah.
But we stopped it maybe about a few years ago, and then once in a while, I think we're just getting older.
yeah.
I'm
Well,
tired.
now you can just go to like Morongo or Chumac.
So whatchamacallit? You know what I love doing during Christmas Day is watching nonstop basketball.
Oh my gosh, back to
Oh
back to
my
back to back.
God, it's like 5 games
The
all
back.
day. The back.
I thought you were going to say like non-stop Christmas movies.
The basketball.
Non-stop karaoke.
Basketball.
The
Oh my
basketball is
God.
it's so good.
It's so
well,
good.
it starts with the Lakers every Christmas, but I don't know if if we
Not anymore.
Not
That's when we
anymore.
were good, but
Then this past
the
couple years, it
Warriors.
was like sad.
yeah, last few years has been the Warriors or Cleveland.
Yeah, it used to be Miami and Lakers.
Yeah, I mean, it's always whoever the marquee matchup is.
Yeah.
right. So yeah, it would just be in the background on TV
Yeah.
like all day,
Yeah.
and then when there's the Lakers, that's when everybody would pay attention.
Right.
Yeah. And every time we would have the Laker game on, my uncle, who it's not that he's not a Laker fan, he's just a troll, and so all of us we'd be working for the Lakers except him.
Oh, I
So
hate
if we
those
would-
fans.
If he-
I like that guy.
That's girly.
so if they were,
girly.
if it was the Lakers and the Bulls, my uncle would be like, "Go Michael, go Bulls!" And I was like, "Yeah," and me and my cousin would be like, "You don't even like them. Why do you do that?" And my aunt is like a hardcore Laker fan, and it would push her buttons, and she'd be like, I'm like,
Oh man,
"It's the worst."
that's horrible.
That's
I hate those fans over there.
They're
They
like
just
not-
ruin you.
yeah.
They just ruin the fun for everybody.
Just kidding.
I don't
Go
know.
Clippers.
Go Clippers.
Clippers. Oh, DeAndre had cornrows the other day.
Yes,
He didn't have his fro out. I was very surprised.
he had dreads the
good.
other day too.
Oh,
Yeah, he's been changing it up.
he's been changing it up.
You know they're not going to win this year, right?
This has quickly devolved into like
Anyway.
why the Clippers are
Basketball
terrible.
Merry
Like I said.
Christmas, you filthy animals.
All right, I got a question for you guys. If and when you have kids, what traditions are you going to pass on to them?
Ooh, good question. I want them to sing
You know,
For money.
for buddy.
well, definitely the mask thing. I think that's important. I
Santa Claus.
Really, you're going to teach him Santa Claus?
Yeah.
don't think so.
I don't know. I'm debating.
I'm not really into it. I think
Well,
it's
if you have a stocking, you're just gonna say it's for me.
yeah. Santa Claus is fake.
Mike, what do you want to do?
I'll say it's from
I mean,
Jesus.
Say it's from Jesus.
I guess I introduced Elaine to like the whole midnight mass.
Yeah,
thing,
I
'cause you guys
never
never
did
did
that.
before, but I'd like to continue that. I mean, because in Oxnard, like we'd go to like kind of the most traditional church, and they'd have the choir and everything, and
Yeah.
do traditional Christmas songs and stuff.
I didn't know what
That's
queso
Christmas
de
to me.
Bola was until Mike's family.
Is that
Queso de Bola?
Queso de Bola.
Queso de Bola.
Is that like a virus?
Oh, that's right. Because like, so we'd have like.
That's Ebola.
I didn't say that.
Sorry.
See, and you tell me I have an accent. Obviously, I don't because I said queso de bola wrong.
So I mean, when we go to midnight mass, after midnight mass, we have like medianoche, and like we
Yeah.
have like a big
We
meal
didn't
right after
do
mass,
that.
Yeah.
My
like
family
2 in the
didn't do
morning
that,
basically.
yeah.
And so we have like all this food out and stuff, and I mean, I like that kind of stuff. I mean, because it's like, you know, my parents are big on us being together for
Yeah.
the holidays, so we wouldn't do things like a Vegas trip or whatever.
Right.
We'd like be in the same place and just hang out and eat and everything.
So we go to Oxnard for most holidays. We'll stay out there with his parents and then drive to the valley to be with my family. It's simply easier. I do like the one tradition of walking down, like they have a candy cane lane, and it's like in the historic like part of Oxnard, and there's all these houses. Like there's a house that always has a model train set go around. And then there's a house. It's the Peanuts house. Girlie would like it. There's always peanut stand-ups for holidays. So I like that tradition. We try and go. If we don't walk through, we'll drive through just to see it
Yeah.
every year.
That's the one in Woodland Hills, right?
No,
No,
there's
there's
one in
one in
Oxnard,
Oxnard.
downtown
Oh,
Oxnard,
okay,
like the old part.
When
of
I
Oxnard.
was a kid, my aunt would drive us to the one in Woodland Hills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When we first came to the States, we packed into our Toyota van and went to Beverly Hills to look at the lights.
Oh.
Our family
Were
did
was there a candy cane lane? Or?
I don't know, but we went to just look at all the houses with cool lights on it.
Oh,
This was
that's
like in
cool.
the 80s. It was actually really, really cool. We never continued that afterwards, but
There is a holiday tradition that I would like to continue, and that is I love to celebrate Hanukkah. Mike doesn't understand this. So before I went to St. Genevieve Elementary School, I went to Pinecrest, which is a private school in LA, in the Valley. And so we celebrated Hanukkah and Christmas every year. And so I grew up getting getting a dreidel filled with chocolate coins every Hanukkah. And so when I went to Catholic school, I was like, so when do we celebrate Hanukkah? And the nun was like, we don't do that here. And I looked at her like, what? My dreidel. And I was like, and I went home to my
Jesus
parents.
does not approve of your
I went home
dreidel.
to my parents, and I was like, did you know that we don't get to celebrate Hanukkah anymore? Or I don't get to celebrate Hanukkah anymore? And my parents were like, yeah, it's a Catholic school. And I was like devastated because I love Hanukkah. I love Hanukkah for the chocolate and the gambling
there you
part
go.
of it. Because that's what it really was about to me as a kid.
Just the Filipino parts.
So at Target, I will try to remember to buy the chocolate coins because they're $1, but they sell out really fast. And I typically, I think I buy a dreidel every year. I buy the dreidel full of
Yeah, you
candy
do.
every year. And I want Mike to get into it, and he's like, "This is a garbage candy. It's not chocolate."
You know, I look forward to buying is those tins of cookies that become sewing kits.
Yay.
Because that's when they go on sale.
So I think that's what I'm going to give my cousins for Christmas.
Oh, so the sewing kit?
Yeah, but I don't want to take the cookies out, so I might give them. It's going to be
Half cookies, half
something
a
like
sewing
that,
kit?
or just be like, how to make sewing kit, eat cookies, put sewing kit in cookies, and then that's it. Because I think that would be funny.
Yeah.
So if this comes out, hopefully it's after Christmas. If not, hey cousins, you know what you're getting for Christmas right now.
What about you, Joey?
I definitely want to, take kids to Simbang Gabi,
Yeah.
even if it's kind of the
7 o'clock.
the more American convenient one of
Mhm.
7 p.m. What else? I'm debating whether or not I should do Santa Claus. I don't know. It's kind of hokey.
You can make up something
Yeah,
else.
do kids believe? I mean, kids have internet these days, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
I want to take pictures at with Santa.
like at the mall.
Oh, at the mall.
Mall.
I never did that.
Never in my life did I.
Oh.
Let's all do it. That could be a Christmas card.
Oh, I guess we do it every year in City Hall. There's a Santa Claus behind us.
With
But
the mayor.
Yeah. But he doesn't, we don't sit on his lap or anything.
No, we should totally take a picture with Santa.
Okay.
TFAL Christmas.
Well, I mean, one of the traditions I miss is that when I worked at SIPA, Search to Develop Filipino Americans, they'd have a Christmas party with all like the neighborhood kids. And they'd have a Santa
Yeah.
there too.
Distribute
And so
gifts and stuff.
I don't know if any other organizations do that
That
for like
do
Filipino
that.
kids in LA, but I mean that's something I definitely want to be part of. It's like a community celebration, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are fun.
You know.
I don't know how to make a parol, but I guess if I did, I would want to pass that on.
Well, we had classes at SIPA. When
I know.
Yeah, where were you, Joe?
I guess I got to
I don't
learn
know what's wrong with
first.
you. I don't know how to make one either.
Yeah.
I made like paper stars, like with large sheets of construction paper, and they look like parols. So I say that's my version of a parol. They still hang in our staircase. I made them like 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else.
Yeah, I think that's it. For me, that's usually around food, and what Mike was saying is like having everybody together.
Yeah.
Because it was your families grow and people go to different places, but there has to be kind of like what I want to keep intact is like the idea of coming together for the holidays. It's
So-
nice. It's nice.
We'll come together. We'll watch Charlie Brown Christmas. We'll take a picture with Santa Claus.
Now, I want my kid to join Filipino church choir and compete with all the old people when they sing.
Do it.
So
And
when,
do like the tinikling in the middle of it too. It's like you do everything Filipino. You wear a barong Tagalog the
so
entire
when-
time.
so when they're singing,
There's always that guy.
yeah, there's always that one tito who's too loud.
And the vibrato is like, oh, holy night. I'm like, damn, that girl's good.
My really good friend Rianne, she's actually the TFAL legal advisor. She used to
Hi,
always tell me,
Rianne.
"Hi Rianne."
Hey, Ryan.
She used to always tell me that when her parents' association or whatever they did Christmas caroling, there would be like the soloist who does "Fall on Your Knees," and it was like, Yeah. So it was like an old uncle guy, but he had like a voice. So when he sang it, it sounded like Kermit the Frog.
Shut up.
So it'd be fall on your knees. So yeah, that was always one of my favorite stories that she told me about Christmas.
I'm Kermit the Frog. Oh, Joe.
Oh, Joe, that's hilarious.
Fall on your knees.
On purpose?
No, this is the way he sang.
So,
Have your kid compete.
Yeah.
should we end this podcast by singing a Christmas carol?
Which one?
Ang Pasko ay sumapit.
You guys can say
Come on. Oh, how about Mike does a solo?
no. With vibrato.
That's not a good vibrato.
Yeah, I know. See, that's why I'm not singing.
Okay, start off.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Let me see if my computer...
Oh, you have to pull up the lyrics. Sorry.
Of course I have to pull up the lyrics.
Sorry, I didn't mean to out you.
Wait, Elaine, did you have to pull up the lyrics because you didn't know it?
I don't know
Sorry.
all the words.
That's what Joe did.
Wait, are you playing the music?
playing?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm playing the music. Why?
I thought you guys used this.
Ang Pasko ay sumapit, tayo ay magsiawit ng magagandang himig dahil sa ang Diyos ay pag-ibig. Ton 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 ton. Ang silang may 3 haring nagsidalaw at ang bawat isa ay nagsipaghandog
Can't
ng
do that part.
tanging alay. Bagong taon ay magbagong buhay nang lumigaya ang ating bayan.
Join us.
Tayo'y magsikap
Come on, Mike.
upang magkaroon natin kasaganahan. Tayo'y magsiyawit habang ang mundo'y tahimik. Ang araw ay sumapit sa langit. Tayo ay magmahalan, ating sundin ang gintong aral. At ang buhat ngayon, kahit hindi Pasko, ay magbigayan. At
Why is there so much more songs?
This is the longest song.
Why
There's
is it-
multiple lyrics.
All right. Yay. Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Maligayang Pasko.
Thank you. Ang babait ninyo. Thank you. Thank you to everybody who's listened to TFAL these past 6 months or 7 months.
Yeah.
It's been 7 months. Have a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Festivus,
Happy Kwanzaa.
Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Eid if it's happening in this month. I don't remember. But all the holidays.
Happy Rizal Day.
Happy
December
Rizal
30th.
Happy Boxing Day.
Happy
Happy
Boxing
Boxing
Day.
I really don't know what that is still.
We're not Canadian, that's why.
Happy Three Kings Day.
Oh, yeah.
That's in January.
Yeah.
Happy
That's when we'll release this.
Happy birthday, girly. January 6th.
Happy New Year. Everybody stay safe. If you're going to Vegas, I hope you win lots and share it with us at TFAL. Hint,
Give
hint,
love on
Ryan.
Christmas Day.
Give love on Christmas Day.
Give love on Christmas.
What?
On
Mike?
Christmas Day.
Sorry.
You can keep going,
No.
Mike.
No.
Do you want to sing My Way right now, too?
No,
Or New York, New York? Thanks. Merry Christmas, Ryan. Merry Christmas, Joe.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Elaine. Merry Christmas, Mike. Merry Christmas, Joe.
Merry Christmas, TFAL. Go tell your friends to subscribe to us on iTunes. Follow us on Facebook, Mixcloud. Tell us your Christmas stories or holiday thoughts at TFAL Podcast on Twitter. Email us This Filipino American Life at gmail.com or tell us on Facebook what your favorite Christmas holidays are. But yeah, thank you. Happy holidays.
Santa out.
Oh, now you believe in Santa?